Welcome. Today we have the AVO XO Intermesso, and with it, Glenlivet Founders Reserve.
Founders!
Thanks for tuning into Cigars, Liquor, and More as we join our buddies Bill
Howdy.
and our other brother Daryl
Smoke up, Johnny.
having fun in 2021. Broadcasting from our studio speakeasy as they talk about cigars, liquor, and anything else that comes to mind.
All right. Well, this AVO is from the Davidoff Group. It is a 5x50 Ecuadorian Connecticut shade wrapper with a Dominican Republic filler and binder. MSRP is $11. This is a pretty mild cigar, which is why I chose a very mild Scotch.
Very mild Scotch.
So the Glenlivet Founders Reserve was part of our quad of tasting.
Yes, it was. That was
Christmas gift, right?
kind of eye-opening, right?
Yeah, it was.
The founders, we were expecting the 12 and the 14? I
Yes.
can't remember.
Yep.
We were expecting one of those to take top billing.
Well, not just that, but the finishing. I love the finish in port and sherry casks, and 14 was finished, and this guy won.
I know. What's going on with that?
It was good. So, but it's pretty mild. So I paired it up with this AVO. So the Founders Reserve has a nose of citrus fruit and sweet orange, and on the palate, a zesty orange, pear, toffee, and apple.
That's the Glenlivet, not the AVO.
I already did the AVO.
I thought you just said the AVO has on the nose.
Oh, did I? Okay. The Glenlivet is what I just described. MSRP is $38, which is not bad for a Scotch.
No, God.
I mean, don't get me
not
wrong.
at all.
I don't think it's age
Not
stated.
at all. And we liked it.
Oh, yeah. No, that's one of my favorite aspects of drinks is that I like them.
Oh,
No, I don't think this is age stated. It's
would
just
not
the
drink it otherwise.
It's just the Founders Reserve.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
No age statement.
No age statement. Just that it's bottled at the Glenlivet's factory and it's in. Oh, it does say American Oak Selection, so it just, but it doesn't have an age statement. So doesn't matter though. It's wonderful.
No, I like the label. I like the blue on
too.
the label. Nice little, I don't know. It's not raised print or anything, but it kind of looks that way when you look at it. I thought that was pretty nice.
Cold draw on this AVO is really mild. There's not a lot to it. It really smacks of tobacco, right? I mean, it's pretty.
Yep, pretty
Pretty
much.
simple.
I actually did a cold draw this time
No, you
because
didn't. Did you really?
Yes, I did, because we were farting around trying to get the equipment all, set up properly.
All right.
And then I didn't. I needed to bring the boom down so you could actually hear me. Because I'll when we do something on the weekend, I'll lift it up and kind of get it out of the way so I
okay.
don't bang on it.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't put
Got
it
to
back
realign
down.
it.
Yeah.
Well, this lights up beautifully.
Oh, yes, it does.
I mean, it's instantly delicious. I like
Mhm.
that. That's AVOs though. I've had a number of them, and I'm pretty sure I've had this one actually. I'm going by the color, but there could have been like a slightly yellower one. This one's, I guess, an orange and gold.
No, I think we've had this one before.
Have we? Mm.
I don't think we've had it on the show, but I'm
No, we
pretty
haven't had it
sure
on the
we've
show.
had this one before.
Well, no, I know we've had it before because I gave you two of them. We had them like 2 weeks ago. But
There you
I
go.
mean, even before that, I may have had another. I mean, I've had dozens of AVOs in my life. I'm just trying to remember how many of them had this orange band. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's pleasant.
I mean, the Glenlivet Founders Reserve is kind of mild for a Scotch, but it's kind of a bit strong for this cigar. I think the cigar is
Even milder.
mild. Yeah.
Well, they're right about the fruitiness.
Oh, yes, they are.
That you really do get and I was getting, it's exactly that. It's orange. I really like it. It's a very good nose. Very tasty. Mm-hmm.
Love this stuff.
See, I don't think it's overpowering the cigar.
It's got a long follow through.
Okay, it does.
And
It's a very long finish.
the cigar doesn't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of, doesn't give you an opportunity to, to ruminate with the cigar.
Oh, okay. So you think what it's doing is it's taking over time-wise, not necessarily in intensity, but time-wise, it's taking over. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good argument. I think it probably does because it does have a very long finish.
But that's one of the nice things about the Founders Reserve. I like that about the Founders Reserve. But maybe a little stronger cigar would pair better with it.
Oh, man.
Now, I'm not saying this is a bad pairing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't smoke more AVOs. Well, probably the $11 MSRP.
Yeah, it's right on the upper cusp.
It's right on the upper cusp, yeah, where it starts to get slightly less than desirable purchase price.
Attractive purchase price.
Mm-hmm. It's that's the beginning.
It's the beginning of the top.
Yeah, right. So a lot of them hang around in that 5 to 7, 5 to 9 is stretching it. Then 10, 11 is like a launching down. They're like, we're going to go up real soon, right? And then it just goes to 15.
Yeah.
It's like they skip so many of the others in between.
Well, 12 is, pretty much the top, right? And then you go to, and then you start 15 and 17 and
15, 20, 25. Then it just rockets from there, right?
Yep.
Sure does.
So in this price range, you're probably not going to have it every day.
No.
But it's when something like this
could be a payday cigar.
It's a nice little, come back to say, every now and then it's nice to have a more mild cigar.
Yeah, and if you buy them by the box, you can bring that average down a little bit.
Yeah.
If you buy singles, they're always more expensive
and they'll
than boxes, right?
And they'll keep as long as you humidify them properly and temperature control them properly.
Yeah,
it'll keep.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like they're gonna spoil.
Well, thank you for bringing that battery operated humidifier. I haven't done anything with it yet.
We'll try it soon.
I need to. I'm going to put that in the humidor that Andrew gave me, the glass top humidor.
Okay.
The bottom of it is really tall.
Okay.
And that bottom is having a hard time.
Okay.
So having a little forced action
bonus
might be good for that area. And then I could put more. Then I feel more comfortable about putting cigars down there.
Let's hope it works.
At the top tray, absolutely great. But the bottom of that, it just
needs help.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna work perfectly in there. And then, like I said, I'll feel much better about putting stogies down there. If it's going to maintain humidity better.
And you need another humidor up and running.
And I've got 2 more down there.
Oh, yeah, I've got one that I sort of put in a semi-retirement. It's not being humidified right now. If you wanted that one too.
It's a showpiece now.
Let's see. I think it's technically sold as 150 box, but it's probably more like 100. But, if you wanted to expand your capacity by 100, more than happy to give it to you.
Well, once we start picking up some boxes, we're going to need it.
I could go on a tear here soon.
Because, I need some more drunk chicken.
Mm-hmm. I need more. Actually, I need more of everything.
Yeah, true enough.
All
true
of it.
enough. I would love to get some more cohibas.
That cohibas fall under the category of everything.
I'm glad you think
I'm
so.
gonna give it
I'm
to
glad
you.
you think
I'm
so.
gonna give it to you.
I apparently that just went right by me. But I'm putting in a request. So if
But
you find
which one?
Good.
All of them. Obviously, all of them.
really any of them. I really like the blue. I really like the red dot. I really like the Mascar.
Macazar.
Macazar.
I want more of all cigars,
So,
I guess.
but
I want all.
I mean, how can you go wrong with a Cohiba?
Yeah, so many.
And this AVO, I mean, talking about, we were talking about cigars that are a little bit more bold in flavor, but this AVO is still really, really good.
Oh, it's still flavorful. It's not boring at all.
No.
No, it's mild. And the retrohale is, I don't even know how to describe it. It's, let me hit one before I try to describe it.
Why don't you do it? I see you got some stuff here from Half Wheel.
Yeah, some
We do
cigar
like
news.
Half Wheel.
Some cigar news. To be honest, it's kind of where I get most of my cigar news.
Yes.
This retro is very smooth. There's just really nothing in it that's gonna say pepper, but it's really nice because it does have some very, very weak like spiciness to it. Something there besides just earth and moss. There's like a little bit of moss there or something, right?
Something, yeah.
A little leather, and that's about it.
Maybe the leather is it.
Oh, it's definitely leathery. Yeah, if you like a leathery cigar, this guy is in like Flynn.
I mean, through the retrohale.
Oh. Well, having allergies, that's where I get so many of my flavors is through the retrohale. So I definitely think there's leather in the retrohale. But there's no pepper.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's just smooth as glass.
None to speak of. Oh,
Smooth as
yeah.
glass.
It's completely smooth. If
And-
you've never tried a retrohale, this is a good cigar to do.
If you didn't listen to the episode 2 weeks ago, Founders Reserve, very fruity. Lots of fruit in it. I was getting a lot of orange, a lot of citrus. Although, not as much with the cigar. A lot more on its own.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So, cigar news. You want to go over some?
Yeah, do it. I want to know.
Because it can't be over. It just can't be over.
Oh, it's never over.
So,
Because it's politics.
I'm not even sure how many episodes ago, but a few episodes ago, we were talking about how the FDA finally came out with an
actual definition of
premium cigars. Yes. All right.
We were so thrilled.
So, yeah, this is from Half Wheel. A lot of it is. Cigar industry asked the federal court to vacate the U.S. FDA's deeming regulations against premium cigars. Last week, attorneys for the plaintiffs, a 3-cigar trade group in the Cigar Association of America versus the United States FDA, submitted requests for summary judgment and permanent injunction relief to the U.S. court. Let me just skip ahead. Blah, 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 blah. We don't think you proved what you needed to prove. We're going to go back. We're going to say, no, you can't. We don't want you to go forward with any of the stuff because you haven't
The FDA hasn't proved
some very basic things. One, they have not properly concluded that the use of premium cigars poses a health risk and warrants regulation at all.
Yep.
Right? So there's the first one. That's the I move to have this entire case dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's that. Then that the FDA has evidence that underage users smoke premium cigars. I gotta be honest, I find that hard to believe too. There's no kid who at the age of whatever, 15, 17, 18 is going, oh man, you know how cool it would be to get a cigar? No, none of them are.
No.
They're all farts like us.
Yep.
Some of them that's not entirely true. I did know some 18, 20-year-olds back when you could be 18 and 20 who smoked cigars, but they weren't smoking a lot of cigars. And
generally they were introduced to it by someone older that they
by
knew
a parent.
that smoked cigars.
yeah. That the FDA improperly moved the goalposts regarding the health risk questions. So basically lumping it in with all tobacco.
Yep.
Just by going, oh, it's tobacco, right? Okay. Then that's there you go. And that FDA performed a proper cost-benefit analysis regarding the financial impacts of the regulations. So in other words, you really want to ruin 100,000 people's lives by doing this? Because so much of so many of these countries' jobs are this.
Mm-hmm.
It's hand-rolled. It's handmade.
This is craftsmanship. This is quality.
Yeah, it's not going to be made by a machine.
It's like saying that your handcrafted furniture maker can no longer make furniture. That's stupid.
Yeah. Yep. So this has been going on, I guess, since 2014, when it announced considering the regulations and then enacted the rules in 2016. So they were, upset that they were going to be lumped in and they were going to try to be pulled out. And it's going to be premium cigars. Now, I believe at the time that we were talking about the regulation, we even said, well, if you start saying no flavorants can be added, you just took Drew Estate and cut them off at the knees.
Yep.
They even have, I'm pretty sure it's patented, their method of, hanging the tobacco in these rooms that kind of like mist is just sort of in. And it's, they're not dunking it in.
No.
They're not dunking it in stuff, but, it's still infused. And if you tell people you can't do that, Drew Estate just lost a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And Drew Estate's big enough.
Well, it's the money that they make for their flavored premium. They're still premium cigars.
Yeah,
they're just infused. The money that they make from that allows them to spend the time and the real estate to do Liga.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and some others.
Underground.
So
aren't they underground? They're underground.
Yeah, I believe they're underground too. But yeah.
Yeah,
it's just too much overreach.
Yep. So specifically, the plaintiffs are arguing that in 2014, study from Corey looked at data from the 12-13 National Adult Tobacco Survey that found 3.3% of premium cigar users smoke cigars and daily, and that 71% of the premium cigar users surveyed smoke them rarely. So of the 3% of the entire population that smokes cigars, 3% of that smokes them daily.
Yeah, most people who smoke cigars do not smoke on them every day.
So the plaintiffs...
That's definitely the minority in the cigar smoking community.
Definitely the minority. The plaintiffs argue that 96.7% of premium cigar smokers who don't smoke premium cigars daily are likely to be subject to no significant health risks because of an FDA-funded study published in the Journal of American Medical Association that found there was no statistically significant increase in mortality rates for cigar smokers who smoked up to 2 cigars a day. So obviously it's just not been proved.
It's their study, their own study, the FDA's very own study that concluded this. Sounds like a no-brainer.
They just don't want... Here's the thing. When you make cigars the exception, then everybody's going to want to be a cigar. Now, there can't be.
That's why you have
to define the cigar first.
Right.
And they haven't, I don't think, done a very good job of that. But they really want to take flavors out because they believe that's what attracts children. And the fact is, I know lots of people who are adults who like flavors.
Yes. Flavors in vapes, I could understand. Flavors in other things, I could understand. But children are not actively seeking out premium cigars, flavored or not.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not an advocate for vapes, actually, I guess I probably kind of am. Because I do think it is a good way to get off of cigarettes, which we know do damage because inhaling smoke is not really all that great for you.
Mm-hmm.
Secondhand smoke, I don't even believe there's studies for secondhand smoke because there's a lot of kids who grew up in secondhand smoke and didn't get cancer.
That's me.
So I don't think it made a difference. But I think they wanted it to be that because then they could start invading, the bars and tell the bars they had to get rid of it. Because if secondhand smoke doesn't harm you, then the real person they're there to protect is the bar worker, right? Because they're the only ones that are around it all the time. Everybody else is like, well, you went in for dinner, you went in for a drink. It's not going to kill you. And by the way, don't go to that bar if you don't like smoke. Go to a bar that says I don't want smoking. But I digress. I'm
very much a let the market decide.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Because you can have if people are opening bars and
they can choose.
They can make the choice. Do they want to allow smoking or not?
Mm-hmm.
If they open a bar, if the mass majority of folks who open a bar allow smoking, well, it's probably market driven.
Right.
That, is the reason why. I've known quite a few bar owners that didn't smoke, but they were smoking in their bars.
Yeah.
Because the mass majority of their customers
smoked.
Yeah. Guess what? You want a drink and you want a cigarette.
But even with the vapes, I don't care if it's marketed to kids. I don't care if they're attractive flavors. If they're not for kids, then punish the people who are selling them to kids. Punish the ways the kids get a hold of them, just like we've always done.
Yes.
But adults like flavors too.
Yes.
In fact, when they did, I wish I could cite the study, but they did a study, and they were looking at people who had quit smoking and done it with vapes. And they asked them, why did you go back to smoking? And they said, well, I couldn't get the flavored stuff. And they said that it had to be tobacco flavored, but tobacco flavor, that was what I was trying to get away from because that draws me in. And so I just went back to smoking.
Trying to get rid of that connector in your brain that says, hey, I want this. And
then they just went back to smoking.
Right.
And so they liked the flavors. They were like, I want the flavors. There you go.
And they were adults.
Got to nerf the world.
God, childproof the world, apparently.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a little break.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Our CLM Weekly Giveaway is sponsored by Drunk Chicken Cigars. You can get 10% off your order at drunkchickencigars.com by using the promo code CLM2020. This week's winner is Chris Hoffman. Congratulations, Chris. Send us a message so that we can send you your prize of 2 Drunk Chicken Cigars. Register at cigarsliquorandmore.com to be entered in our weekly giveaway.
All right. Congratulations.
Congratulations. How's your scotch tasting?
So I'll tell you this. One thing that I notice has happened is as I drink more of it, it just goes, puff, drink, puff, drink, puff, drink. The fruitiness is gone. I miss it. So I think that the Glenlivet Founders Reserve is mild enough that you probably should drink it on its own. It probably shouldn't go with a cigar. All that fruitiness and a lot of depth goes away. Now, if you just want to drink scotch while you have your cigar, drink it. It's great.
Well, especially at that price point.
But I think a lot of the finer details of it, they're gone.
See, I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm still getting the floral off of it, or the fruity off of it. I'm still enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it,
and I'm not that much of a Scotch guy, and I'm enjoying it still.
Yeah.
Now the extra long bite or the extra long finish has diminished, and that while smoking the cigar, that I am really good with.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm just not getting that orange. The orange is gone for me. I mean, I'm getting other flavors.
that's
They're
because
not
it was
all
a
gone.
zest.
They're not all gone. Don't get me wrong. Not all flavors gone. I mean, there's still vanilla in it. It's obvious. There's still plenty of vanilla in it, but yeah, I miss the orange. I miss that.
Yeah,
fruity.
no, I get it.
We're about halfway mark of the cigar. We go over to the cigar. There's no transition. It's just been nice and solid all the way through. Wonderful, wonderful, but still smooth. So smooth and no burn, draw. Everything's perfect.
Yeah,
it should be on $11. Davidoff Group is one of those ones. We've said it before. They're one of the ones that are like super into the must have the perfect quality, right? And that you pay for it.
Yeah, and I haven't had a lot of Davidoffs, but I've had quite a few of other of their products. I'm talking about the Davidoff Bandit. But I've had quite a few of their other products, and almost none of them have a transition in it. It's pretty smooth and steady all the way through. So I had the same problem taking the band off.
This band.
It was glued
Super
to itself
glued.
so hard. I had to scoop mine off, and I, caught little pieces of the wrapper, not enough to do, damage enough to.
No, I didn't
cause
do
a
any
problem.
damage, but yeah, I had to fight it.
Yeah, I don't like it when I have to fight the band. I want the band to stay on there, but I mean,
not forever.
Within reason. I don't want to smoke the band. But yeah, I mean, it's nice, smooth, easy. Just you could sit back, smoke this, and not even think about it. You just
super leathery.
Enjoy yourself, and give this thing absolutely no thought. It's comfortable. It's a comfortable cigar.
Yeah. Nope. This is a win. Loving it.
Oh yeah.
Loving it.
I'm still a little bit taken aback that the Founders Reserve is the one that that one was my top. You chose the 12, I think, as your top.
No, we both chose
we
this
both
one
chose
as
this
top.
one as top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it was the second one where we
diverged.
split.
Yeah,
but that was just a big surprise for me. I wasn't expecting
and a pleasant one too, because I guarantee this one is one of the cheaper of the four.
Yeah, so what, $38? Yeah,
38. Yeah, and you know what? I mean, it's not that dark. It is color of honey. Would you say?
Lighter than honey, I would think.
It's lighter than honey. Okay, maybe a little lighter than honey. So not super dark, but very, very nice.
It's very pleasant.
Yeah.
And when you first start in and you got that long finish, that helps bring out those flavors, and I really enjoy that. It's like I said, it's kind of gone away a little bit, as we get into it. But it was while it was there, while it was prominent, it was very nice for that. As I noted, I thought it kind of interrupted getting flavors off of the cigar, but hey, that's just me.
Yep. I mean, look, in a lot of the pairings, one of them suffers a little, right?
There's got to be some give and take.
The primo pairings are where they both benefit each other,
yes.
Right? So not a regular. We found, if you do the math, about 10% of them have been primo pairings, which I think is pretty good.
I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You don't expect a primo pairing. There's a reason
often.
why it's called a primo pairing, because it doesn't happen that often. I think 10% is really kind of high.
Yeah. Yeah. But we had 10 good ones last year. In slightly, just pivoting a little, slightly other cigar news, we really did love that La Bamba.
Oh, yeah.
From maybe about a month ago?
601?
Yeah, the 601.
Yeah.
Series 6, I think.
Hang on. I got a picture of it. Hang on.
So, Espinosa is releasing a limited run of the Saki Bomb and Alpha Dog Lanceros.
Really?
So we're gonna make it a Lancero. So the original 601 La Bamba Sake Bomb is a 4.5 by 42 Petit Corona, but the 601 La Bamba line is offered in 6 regular production sizes, ranging from the Sake Bomb to a 7x7 known as the F Bomb. In January 2020, they created the La Bamba Lancero, but it will only be available at Embargo Cigars in Phoenix, Arizona. Yes, so the Warhead 6. That's what we had. That was a great cigar.
Oh, yeah.
And a cool band.
Oh, yeah. Well, I love the Kilroy was here on the tail of the bomb.
But if you want to find a hard-to-find, limited release La Bamba, the Lancero is going to be only available at Embargo Cigars in Phoenix, Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, kudos to them.
Gives me the feeling, you know how you get barrel picks for liquors? I'm getting the feeling that some cigar shops are doing this, limited runs of a certain size, of a certain blend, as their version of a barrel pick to make them unique.
That's awesome.
I think that's what they're doing.
I like the sound
I
of
like it a lot, too.
Yeah. Pretty cool. And was that on Half Wheel as well?
I think it was. I think it was, yes.
How many people do you know in that part of the country?
I think it was also on Half Wheel. Kudos to Half Wheel.
I gotta love Half Wheel.
They're my favorite news source for cigars. There's a few, and I move around, and I look at the titles and maybe the first paragraph of a lot of them.
Yeah, but
I tend to read Half Wheel to the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very well done, very well structured. They are professional.
Oh,
to
they
the
are
extreme.
professionals about it. I feel, don't know, because I can't say I know. I feel like they are some of the most professional cigar reviewers I've come across.
I would say so, yeah. I really like them.
I do too. I don't think I could. Like when he described what they did, like you can't do anything in the morning when you rate a cigar. The first thing you do is smoke a cigar. You can't eat. Obviously, all those things would influence, right? Eating, brushing teeth, drinking a beverage that's flavored like coffee. You couldn't have coffee in the morning. You have to wake up, and you have to have the perfect palate. And oh my God.
Which is one of the reasons why I'm glad we do pairings.
Oh, yeah.
I much prefer that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when they rate a cigar, I take that rating very seriously.
I do too.
Because
That's why we did
they
the top
are
10.
very serious about their ratings.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And I love that it's an algorithm. They just fill out a spreadsheet. They don't know what the score is when they do their ratings, the 3 that they smoke. An algorithm figures it out. It's a formula. Love it.
Maybe we like them more because we're engineers.
Yeah, very much could be.
You know, it occurred to me, I mean, today we did Cigar News, but it occurred to me that we are a cigar and liquor pairing podcast that talks about technology. Because we have so many episodes that talk tech and science and technology. And
we like that.
We're a STEM school for cigars and liquor.
And I mean, even when we're in a cigar lounge, if we're going to steer the topic of conversation, it's going to go that way.
Or guns.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, we haven't talked a lot of guns on the show. I think only once did we do that.
Yeah, just once, but we do in shops because we tend to meet a lot more gun owners in the shops.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm much as far as guns go, I'm very much in the. My feeling is if it feels good to you, when you hold it, if it feels right. Yeah. For a handgun, when your grip for a rifle, your grip and the seat on your shoulder and your cheek weld, if all those feel right, you're gonna shoot better with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's my very first thing. Not name brand,
No.
not model. How does it feel?
Right. Well, I've said it before.
SIGs, the SIG, like the 226.
Yeah.
Great handgun. I don't like the way it feels in my hand.
Right.
Same thing with Glock. Great handgun. I don't like the way it feels in my hand. The XD, Springfield XD, love the way that feels in my hand.
Same.
So the most 1911s, love the way they feel in my hand.
That's where we part.
So,
well, I think
if you spent more time with the 1911,
I don't know.
I think you would get there.
So I tell people I don't like the 1911, including you, who is an adorer of the 1911.
Very much so.
And everybody's like, "What? You don't like the what?" And I go, "Well, it has one characteristic I don't like. When I pointed at something and pulled the trigger, I don't hit the thing. Other guns, I don't have that problem with, but the 1911 does not go where I point it." And everybody goes, "Oh, okay."
Well, no,
they just end it there.
It makes sense that, that's, and that comes down to how it feels in your grip.
There's
and all that good
something
stuff.
up with it. I don't know.
But-
I don't know what it is.
To me, the 1911 is pretty much the ultimate in point and click.
Right. Well, for me, I think that's the Springfield XD. I really like the way that one moves for me.
And the grip angle on the XD and the
I know, I
and the
understand it's the
1911
same
are
angle.
almost exactly
There's
the same.
something else going on.
Maybe the depth or the width or who knows.
Something. But I mean, it's hard to argue with, well, I don't like it because it doesn't go where I point it. Then you go, well, no, I wouldn't like that either.
Yeah. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't want to be. Around that. So yeah. No,
They're like,
totally.
well, is it you? Is it you point? But I can hit things with other guns.
Exactly.
Okay, then you don't like the 1911. Correct. I know it's like, I mean, it is America's handgun. I mean, that is one of, I understand its history. I understand its prestige. I understand.
Well, and
all
I
that.
think it's a really, I think it's a stupendous design for a trigger. Because the trigger doesn't rock. It just moves backwards. Right? Almost every other trigger you come across,
it's a pivot.
It's pivoted at one point. And so you're moving a lever through an arc, but not so with the 1911. 1911 comes straight back.
Maybe that's why it doesn't work for me.
One of the reasons why people love it for competitions, right? Especially accuracy competitions, because with large calibers anyway, because and speed, because you have it's just one motion. You're not going through multiple vectors when you're pulling the trigger. It's just one direction, one vector.
No, I don't know. Maybe that's what gives me the grief. But I do like that the fans don't give me a lot of grief when I just describe why I don't like it, because they're like, well, that makes sense.
That's a completely valid reason.
Yeah.
My wife has an AR. She's got a Bushmaster that weighs all of 6 pounds.
Yeah. She's got the lightweight
super
version,
lightweight.
Yeah.
Mine's a DPMS. No, not DPMS. Rock River Arms. And it's got the chrome line barrel and bulk carrier group and all that good stuff, and it weighs like 8.5,
I think
8.25 pounds.
I think mine's 8 as well, and I've got the.
And then you put
liner.
optics on top of that, and the optics weighs a pound, and you
the optics don't weigh a pound. You're just exaggerating now. But yeah,
no, the optic I have on it right now weighs 15 ounces.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because of the type of optic that it is.
Okay.
It's not just a red dot.
I just did a red dot.
And that's what's on the rest of them.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I think mine is in that. I wanted it to be able to put steel through it without coughing and corroding.
yeah,
So-
and in my experience, one of the best things you can do for shooting like wolf or Tula or anything, any brands like that, where is if you're going to shoot that, right? Or shoot it last. But don't start with it and then go to other brands. So it's been my experience.
All right.
As long as you, you should be doing maintenance on them anyway. But as long as you clean them afterwards, not a problem.
Yeah, I still wanted to go big or go home.
Well, you wanted it, and that's one of the reasons why I love my FNFAL. The one I have is technically metric because they made them in metric and inches. And some of them, the metric ones will only shoot metrics. They won't shoot the inch. The inch ones will only shoot the inch. They won't shoot metric.
I did not know that.
There are a few, and mine's one of them, that will just chew through both without any problems whatsoever.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, they make them all that way.
It's
Accuracy.
No, it's just people have had issues with it. It's a thing among the FAL community.
Huh. Didn't know that.
Yeah. So I was
Didn't
pleased
do that
with
when I
got.
fired it.
But mine was built for me.
Oh, okay.
So-
Yeah, there's something to going to an actual smith and having it tailored.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a beast.
It's heavy. I don't even. What is that thing? 12 pounds?
Yeah, it's got to be at least 12 pounds. And it'll when you fire it, it's there.
Well, that too. It's a big round.
But it will go where you point it.
It does, and I think when I shot it, it only had your standard iron sights on it. Did you ever put a scope on it?
I finally did, yes.
But it basically went where I put it. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't trying to shoot 400 yards.
No.
It was like 100 or 50 or some, short distance.
It's a 308 or 7.62 by 51, however you want to, whichever one you're using. It'll reach out there without a problem.
Sure.
But my eyes won't.
No, mine either. Mine either. Especially on iron sights.
Younger days, man. Younger days.
Oh, if only.
This AVO's really, really good. Really comfortable.
Yeah, I'm in the last third here. You a little bit farther. No, you just got more ash on the end of it. We're about the same place.
Yeah, it's sticking. It's not just falling off or raining. It's holding on there.
But it did start with the amaretto flavor in the midway mark. Could not have been timed better.
We mentioned it. I go to ash it, so it's completely away from me.
And
it's between the couch and the table, and right through.
Fell.
It's okay. That's what a vacuum's for.
But I'm getting that amaretto flavor. But it's not getting so accurate on me. I'm not getting ammonia.
No.
But I like that. I like that. In between, like if you go right up to the edge and get the amaretto, I like that.
Crazy man. Nah.
But it does. It
You
only
are
seems to do
you are almost to the point to where you want one of those cigar stabber things. So you can,
Nah, I just pinch it real good.
you want to try it.
No, I don't. I really don't.
You don't want to look all prissy doing that. No offense to those that use it, but
What offense?
because when somebody says no offense, but
It means
I'm gonna offend
I didn't
you.
mean to offend you, but I'm going to.
If you take offense at this, I'm sorry. That's your problem, not mine.
No, I don't want. No, don't want them. I don't need any accoutrement.
You could always use a toothpick.
Like a lot of things are kind of cool to have accoutrement with, right? You got, that's my whatever satchel. Oh, crap for this hobby. That's great. Fine. Cigars, we've got cutters, we've got lighters. I'm gonna wrap it up there. I don't want any
ashtrays.
I don't want any more accoutrement. Oh, if I'm outside, I barely need an ashtray.
True enough.
I mean, most of the time I'm outside. Now I do have the world's coolest ashtray.
and just about heaviest.
Yes, I have seen people who've made ashtray out of motor parts, and I think they might outweigh my ashtray. But I think we'd have to put them on a scale to be sure.
But not by much.
Not by much. That just by picking it up, I'm gonna guess 10 pounds.
I would guess
I
about
haven't
that.
put it on a scale yet, but you know what? I'm gonna do that.
You should do that. I'm
I do
surprised
that.
you hadn't already.
I'll have to empty it first.
Empirical
Probably
data.
add
Yes.
probably add a pound.
Unless I'm there. If I'm there, feel free to dump it on yourself.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was hilarious.
I'm gonna tag a little more Livet there.
Do
I
it.
feel like I'm. There we go. Oh,
Good
that
pop.
sounded good.
Good pop.
Yeah. All right. Oh man, this is very pleasant evening. Oh, especially now that it warmed back up in Texas.
Oh,
Now
I'm
it's
telling you.
60
Oof.
degrees out. Not that we're outside.
No, as everybody knows, we're in a cushy garage.
We're in a cushy garage with a couple of HEPA filters. Couldn't get cushier. Well, I guess it could. There could be a maiden feeding me grapes, but then it would mess with my palate.
There you go. That's for after.
Mm. You know what? Maybe it's just because I hadn't tasted it in a while. But now that I hit the Livet after having not drank any for a while, I get the fruitiness again. Maybe it just goes away if you
You get
drink
a little
it.
desensitized to it.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Because now I taste it again.
Is the long finish back?
Yes.
Sounds like that's what it is. That'd be my guess.
Nice. Well, I'm glad it's back. I like that.
To our listeners, thank you very much for listening. Be sure to go to cigarsliquormore.com
Anywhere.
and sign up. Oh, and by the way,
Cigars Liquor More anywhere.
I think I have fixed the problem with the damn pop-ups.
Oh, good. Okay.
Because they just kept they're well, once you do something with it, it's just supposed to go away for like 2 years, but it just kept coming back, and I went and it just annoyed the ever living crap out of me.
Okay.
And I think I finally figured it out.
Okay, good.
So
Awesome.
we'll see. Because I know if it's annoying me, it's got to be annoying other people too.
Absolutely.
And it's just.
Well, good. We'll see. Well, I'll be going there tomorrow. So
Yeah, we'll find out. So right after I fixed it, it still popped up. So I did something, and so now I'm gonna see if that's what it takes to get rid of it. Do you
Okay.
have to do it one more time? I don't know.
okay,
So still trying to figure that out. So y'all bear with me on that.
that's a good site though. You did a good job.
I like that site.
You did a good job.
Thank
It's a
you.
good looking site.
I think it is.
All right, you want to wrap it up?
You wrap it up. Take us to the end.
I haven't had an AVO I haven't enjoyed, and this is right in that company. He's mild, he's pleasant, wonderful burner, great Scotch with it.
This pairing was nice, not primo, but very nice. The surprise, the Founders Reserve, absolutely love it.
Yeah, I'd get a bottle of that.
Oh yeah,
I'm feeling better.
heck yeah.